Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor, this is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
Good evening, I'm Shelby Hernandez and you're watching MediaPlex News Now. Police investigators have been busy in recent weeks. Evan Mathias tells us why.
Windsor Police and their Major Crimes Unit have been extremely busy in recent weeks, investigating a number of high-profile crimes. These include the murder of Cassandra Cake on Benjamin Avenue and the murder of Carol Shaw on Bruce Avenue in February. Most recently, police are investigating a shooting that sent 2 people to hospital on March 7th. The shooting occurred across the street from the 7-Eleven at the corner of Wyandotte and Langlois just after 11 p.m. Saturday. Suspects are described as 2 white males, one in his 40s with a full beard, the other in his 20s and clean-shaven. Marvin Jajo said he was working at the barbershop across the street when the shooting happened, but didn't hear anything.
Yes, I was working there in barber.
Jajo said he is no stranger to this 7-Eleven.
Every day I come buying something from 7-Eleven.
So will the recent shooting change his daily habit?
No.
The string of violent crimes like the shooting that happened here on March 7th is something that police will be looking into and taking very seriously.
Obviously, when there's a crime involving a firearm, it's very serious and we take it very seriously, and we, like I said, our Major Crimes Unit was out on this and they're investigating and looking into it the best they can.
Droulard said that at any given time, the Major Crimes Unit is busy working on several different projects and have been kept busy with the string of crimes making headlines.
They're definitely busy, that's for sure. But policing in general, like it's like a roller coaster, right? Like there's anomalies like the ones you're speaking of, and where you're really busy. And I mean, but we have the resources and we allocate the resources accordingly, and they definitely work hard in getting the job done.
He added that despite the high-profile crimes, there is an unexpected realization.
In general, crime is down, actually, but these, like I said, these anomalies sometimes give you the impression that crime's up.
Evan Mathias, MediaPlex News Now.
Walkerville school community is grieving the loss of one of their own. Miller Hill has a story.
Over March break, the Walkerville High School community was faced with devastating news when Rob Baxter, the school's librarian's life was stilled on Wednesday, March 18th, after suffering from a brain aneurysm on Monday, March 16th. Yesterday, students and staff returned back to the school, having to adjust to the loss of their librarian, mentor, and friend. Dave Garlick, Walkerville's principal, said the first day back was calm and somber for many.
We had an assembly this morning where you could have heard a pin drop, and as soon as I walked to the middle of the gymnasium, which is usually the place where you have pep rallies, as soon as I walked to the middle of the assembly, the kids just went silent, and they were incredibly respectful. And it's been a very somber, calm day.
Students were given the chance to sign banners for Baxter's family and Christine Borsawicz, a Walkerville staff member who was also very close to Baxter. Walkerville's guidance counselor Krista Brasso said initiative Bow Ties for Baxter was started by the school's art teacher, Miss Miller.
Bow Ties for Baxter. So students have been able to go there and make their own bow tie in honor of him because he was a fan of the bow tie. These are the times where you need to come together and support each other, and I think that's what they're doing. Students are supporting each other and they're seeking out support when they need it, and we're trying to be there for them and for each other in every way that we can. After
Baxter's funeral today, the cortege will be passing by the school for the students who could not attend the funeral. For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Miller Hill.
Now, let's go down to the corner of Victoria and University, where Chelsea Turnbull has an early look at the weather. Chelsea?
Well, Shelby, on this day last year, the temperature was at a high of 0 with a low of -8. It is now 3 degrees above freezing with a low of -7. Will the weather be as warm as it was last year? We'll have to take a look at that later in the show. Back to you, Shelby.
Thanks, Chelsea. There aren't many people who can pull a fire truck or lift cars, but there is one man in Canada who can. Sean Garrity has the story.
Kelly Branton likes to squat 800 pounds, pull a 20-ton fire truck, and occasionally deadlift a Mazda 14 times. Branton is a professional weightlifter, and he says it takes a different kind of man to pump iron.
there's a state of mind. I feel like some guys have it and some guys don't. Like when you're getting under the bar and you go to do that weight, you got to have a couple screws loose to get up to those big weights and get it done. So I think I got a couple loose, so I get it done.
Last Saturday, the Windsor Strongman bench pressed 556 pounds at the Arnold's Classic in Columbus, Ohio, which makes him the #1 ranked lifter in Canada. And that win was just a taste. Branton says his dreams are set on a bigger prize.
Like my goal is not on having the best squat or having the best deadlift or having the best bench. I want to win worlds. I don't care about being good at one lift. You got to be good at all three to win. So.
Yeah. His workout partner, Jerry Marentet, who's broken over 300 Canadian weightlifting records, says Branton expects progression every day in the gym.
He'll never be satisfied. I mean, being #1, you still want to be higher than that. You want to put those numbers out of reach so the next generation of lifters got to chase him.
Branton heads to Finland in 96 days for his first ever World Championship competition. For MediaPlex News, I'm Sean Garrity.
We may live in the 21st century, but for some living in England, the Victorian era has never died. Our UK correspondent Sean Preble has a story.
Welcome back to another edition of the MediaPlex British Beat. I'm Sean Preble, and for this edition, I decided to come to Dickens World, an attraction that takes a look at Victorian life through the eyes of Charles Dickens, who lived here in the Medway area. So let's take a look at what that life was all about. Dickens World is a themed attraction that opened in Chatham, Kent in 2007. The attraction is based around the life of Charles Dickens, who lived in Chatham as a child. While originally a place to make your own experience, it turned into a guided tour in 2013. The tour takes visitors through various parts of Dickens' life, but also shows off places from his books, including the Old Curiosity Shop and Fagin's Den from Oliver Twist. You can also visit an old Victorian home on the tour, or if you're in need of a shave, you can stop by Sweeney Todd's Parlor on Fleet Street, and then everyone else can enjoy a delicious meat pie made by Mrs. Lovett. The tour guides at Dickens World help to bring the world alive, mixing education with entertainment and audience interaction.
Curry? Not curry, madam.
People get the chance to learn about the class system of the Victorian era, the debtor's prison Dickens' father, John, spent time in for 3 months, as well as a cell which housed up to 10 men at a time, and the burial grounds used during that era. The blacking warehouse, where Dickens worked for several years, is also on site, as well as Dotheboys Schoolhouse from his book, Nicholas Nickleby, which focused on the injustices Dickens saw in the world, such as being locked in a school cupboard.
Are you still in there, boy?
The final stop on the tour takes you into Ebenezer Scrooge's home, where people can watch ghostly images move about through the Pepper's Ghost trick, and people can participate and become the ghost themselves for everyone's enjoyment. Bringing in around 200 people a day, Dickens World is an interesting attraction that mixes education with entertainment and the world of Dickens to create an interactive experience for everyone. Well, that ends another British Beat here at Dickens World. I hope you enjoyed the tour just as much as I did, and until next time, I'm Sean Preble, reporting from Chatham in the United Kingdom, back to the MediaPlex.
Madison Dugan joins us now with another edition of 3 Minutes With. Tonight's guest is the winner of the Miss Tecumseh pageant.
Hi, I'm Madison Dugan, and we're spending 3 minutes with Miss Tecumseh, Jillian Parent. So Jillian, tell me how you got interested in pageants.
Sure, I actually got started in pageants when one of my friends, Natalie Lapointe, who was Miss Canada Galaxy at the time, was running the Miss Tecumseh pageant. She said, Jillian, I need a few more girls to finish off the contestant list. And I always said I would never be a beauty pageant queen, and I was never interested in it. She said, just try it and see how you like it, and I was hooked ever since.
So I know you've done quite a few. Can you name a favorite? Or I know you've done Miss Universe. What was that like?
Miss Universe Canada was a lot of fun. It got girls involved from all across Ontario, and it was nice to be on a big national stage compared to the little local pageants that I've had. So it was totally a different experience, but I gained a lot of skills from it that I can apply to Miss Tecumseh.
Nice. Explain to me what that feeling was like being crowned.
I honestly bawled my eyes out. It was a dream come true that I've wanted for the past 5 years, and to be crowned by one of my best friends, it was awesome. My director cried for me. I had judges telling me they cried for me. It was an awesome feeling.
Good. So Ms. Tecumseh has a lot of duties, obviously. I know you have to choose a platform. What platform did you choose?
I chose supporting families in Windsor and Essex County that have children with life-threatening illnesses. So as Ms. Tecumseh, I chose the Sick Kids Foundation as one of my charities to support, and I'm actually having a fundraiser for them on the 17th to raise money just to help the families out and any burden that they may have, whether it be expenses or travel expenses to the hospital or a place to stay.
So have you enjoyed being Ms. Tecumseh?
I've absolutely loved it. The networking, the people that I get to meet, all the events that I get to go to, and really getting to know people and what they find passionate and how I can tie that into being a role model for Ms. Tecumseh. It's been awesome. I love it.
So where do you see yourself in about the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see myself teaching in a classroom. I did go to school for teaching, but I also like to keep the pageants involved, so I'd like to run the Ms. Tecumseh pageant or stay involved in as much of the platform as I can.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been 3 Minutes with Ms. Tecumseh Jillian Parent.
The term geek used to be an insult, but now it's trendy to be considered one. So popular, in fact, that 3 reporters put together a show about it. Please enjoy the first edition of Entertainment Geekly.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and beings from other planets. I'm Christian Bouchard.
I'm Ryan Adams.
And I'm Rhiannon Lotz, and you're watching the very first edition of Entertainment Geekly, a MediaPlex production.
The first thing we'll delve into are 3 of the biggest things that you nerds can look forward to in the community.
Starting with number 3, Christian, Father vs. Son.
Scheduled to release in April, the new DC animated film Batman vs. Robin is a dangerous journey that will force Batman and his son Damian to face off against each other. The film is based off the #1 best-selling graphic novel, Batman the Court of Owls. Will Batman fall to his assassin raised son? Only time will tell. And at number 2, Groot. Marvel Comics has announced that His Divine Majesty King Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy will be having his very own comic book series this summer. This marks Groot's first ever ongoing solo series in the comic book world. But at number 1, my friends, The Walking Dead spin-off show. AMC has announced that it has planned an initial 2-season order for a companion series for The Walking Dead. The new series, which is yet to be announced for the name, will be set in Los Angeles and focus on 2 new characters and a storyline. Well, that does it for me, folks. I'm Christian Bouchard. And remember, one day, you just might be working for a nerd. Isn't life beautiful?
Thanks, Christian. I hope that one day I'll be lucky enough to work for a nerd of your caliber. For those of us who don't live under a rock or in the belly of a tauntaun, the much-anticipated sequel trilogy to George Lucas's Star Wars franchise begins on December 18th. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, is set to hit theaters this year with science fiction guru J.J. Abrams directing. The 7th movie in the franchise is said to be set 32 years after the events of The Return of the Jedi. But what happened in those 32 years leading up to the new movie? Well, we will get our answers in the form of at least 20 Star Wars books that will be published later on this year that will fill those gaps as well as give us some insight into the new movies. The books will be an assortment of novels and children's books that will center on various characters from the vast Star Wars universe. Let's all hope that one of those books is entitled The Misadventures of Jar Jar Binks. Alright, that's all for me. I'm throwing it now to Rhiannon. What do you have for us?
Well, no nerdy TV show would be complete without a proper send-off for science fiction legend Leonard Nimoy. Nimoy, who is famous for playing Spock on Star Trek, died on February 27th. Nerds across the galaxy are mourning his death and celebrating his work. In recent years, Nimoy reprised his role as Spock in the Star Trek reboot movies and also played William Bell in the TV show Fringe. Your memory will live long and prosper with us, Mr. Nimoy.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. So until next time, peace and long life.
May the Force be with you.
And remember, Entertainment Geekly will be back.
The calendar says it's spring, but reporter Aaron Sanders is not so sure.
Well, the spring season is finally here. People would expect 50 and 60 degree temperatures. People would expect to go outside and feel the sun basking on their faces and the ability to get rid of that heavy jacket. Or so they thought.
The snow's off the highways and roads now. You could pull out that bike from your basement, but the problem is you will still have to wear some heavy jacket and gear. Because this spring hasn't sprung really yet. With 20 and 30 degree temperatures, people are still wondering if spring has sprung. I looked outside and I saw Mike Toney, culinary student, playing basketball. I asked for his reaction to stepping outside today.
Well, as soon as I stepped out of the house, my reaction was to go back in, but I had stuff to do, so I just went and got an extra few jackets and threw it on.
I asked him what would be the sure sign that spring has finally sprung.
The grass starting to turn green, the trees, the leaves starting to come in. and the flowers starting to bloom.
As I zip the zipper back on my jacket all the way again, it's quite clear that this week we'll have some cold weather, but Wednesday will be the warmest. Reporting is Aaron Sanders for MNN, MediaPlex News Now.
Windsor has been on a roller coaster of weather conditions, from freezing cold to sunny and warm. Chelsea Turnbull tells us what we can expect in the next few days. Chelsea, how is it out there?
April showers might bring May showers, but looks like those showers might be starting early. On Wednesday, we can expect some light rain with a high of 11 and a low of -1. Thursday will also be rainy with 8 degrees as the high and 1 as the low. For Friday, the rain will turn into snow flurries and the temperatures will drop with -1 as the high and -5 as the low. You were certainly right about the weather being a roller coaster, Shelby. Back to you.
Thanks, Chelsea. Not everyone is a master chef, but I had the pleasure to meet with MasterChef Canada contestant Susie Q, who taught me quite a bit about cooking. Hi, I'm Shelby Hernandez, and you're watching Cooking with Susie Q. So Susie, what will you be cooking for us today?
I am going to make a perfect California roll and a geisha roll. How to present, how to plate it, and surprise your family and friends.
Sounds fantastic to me. Which one will we be starting with first?
We are going to make a California roll first.
Okay.
So first thing is you have to use nori, which is seaweed.
Can you buy that anywhere, or there's special places?
Oh yeah, you can buy from any grocery store, Chinese store.
Okay.
So now, making sushi, talk about the sushi. The perfect sushi you make is perfect rice.
Okay.
You have to make a perfect rice. Okay, rice is very important. If you fail the rice, you won't make a perfect sushi. So I have some rice pre-made. Okay, it's sushi rice you can get from any grocery store. Okay?
What did you put in the rice exactly?
Rice, I make a rice first and put a little, this called rice vinegar. It's a seasoned rice vinegar.
Okay.
And a little bit of salt and a pepper. Okay, that's all you need to do.
And then some sesame seeds on the top?
Sesame seeds, because a California roll, you have to have sesame seeds, right? So now you put rice in the center, okay? You leave a little bit of room here, and watch me. You flip it, okay? Now you can choose your ingredient. What would you like, Shelby?
Well, I would like crab meat and
crab
cucumbers.
meat, cucumber, okay?
Anything else
crab
you suggest to add?
And cucumber. And you can give a little bit of color, which is carrots.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, now start roll. So you have to use the bamboo sheets, okay? So you hold it.
Okay.
You give it a roll. You roll it back. Make it tight. Okay. Okay. You have to make it very tight. Otherwise, when you cut it, it will fall in apart. Now, lift it up.
Okay.
Give it a wrap. So watch. Here you go.
Very
it's
nice.
A perfect sushi roll, okay? Now, I'm gonna leave aside and we're gonna cut it later. Okay. So this water, I can dip my finger here, just wash it, clean up. So next one, we're gonna make a geisha roll. Geisha roll is a trick. It's a very unique dish. Look at this, I have a nice smoked salmon.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you just get it from any store. So first thing, I will layer my bamboo sheets first. Okay.
Oh, we're not doing the
no,
seaweed?
You don't use it.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a special one. Watch. I give a little bamboo sheets, put a little salmon, and I put another piece. You see how I layer it, okay? You have to make sure it's cover the ingredient. Like you make a sheet first. You see how I do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Layering
now,
it so that it's extra thick.
Yeah. Maybe this way. You have to figure it out. Now I have a little hole here, so I have to fill that. Okay. Just like that. So now what I'm going to do, I put a little color here, yellow. Put a little pepper. Okay. And I have pre-made some cream cheese and avocado. So you just use half avocado and 1 brick of cream cheese, okay? If you use a jar, you just use half. And you chop some parsley.
Okay.
And
that's
also,
already inside?
Yes,
Okay.
I pre-made it because you have to chill a little bit. Otherwise, too hard to roll if too soft.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna put it here. Watch me. Go get my chopsticks.
Okay.
Okay, now you have to put it in the center. Okay. It's quiet now. Okay, now you give a little bit, right?
Right.
And I always use this spatch to just smooth a little bit. That's it.
Very nice.
And you're going to roll, okay? Roll the salmon outside of a cream cheese. Okay? Now, you see? I have to focusing. Now, give it a roll, okay? Done. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is very delicate. So what I do, I give a little bit of sesame on the top.
And I thought the
Just a
California roll
presentation.
was good. That one looks really good.
This one's very delicate. It's kind of a rich, okay, with cream cheese, avocado. You see how nice?
Yes.
Now I'm going to plate it. You roll down the cheese. The best way to do it, if you can keep in the fridge for a couple of hours and cut it, much easy. But now we don't have time. We have to show everyone, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to cut it.
Careful with that knife, okay?
This is sushi knife, very nice, small, and sharp. You see how pretty?
I love the color of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, now it's delicate. So I have this little plate.
Oh, those
See
are
how
so
I put it
cute.
here? Okay, now. Okay, so you can serve individual.
It looks like you could have them like as hors d'oeuvres, even at a party.
So talk about a sushi. Sushi is an art. Sushi is all about presentation, and taste, and anything you want, put on the plate. Okay? Don't be afraid to change your ingredients. Okay,
What
now,
would be one of your changes in the ingredients for this?
I will put I can put a sweet potato. Anything you want. You
That would
look
be
at
pretty
this
good.
pretty, right? So the final finish, what I do is give a little bit of lemon zest.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's really
See?
nice, actually.
So that's my geisha roll. Is that pretty?
Smells great, looks
Right?
great. I'm
Now,
excited.
I'm gonna plate my California roll.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Oh.
so give a little presentation. Okay. I'm gonna serve Shelby a special one. Is that pretty? One more.
Absolutely, if you think I could use some more.
Yeah, and I give a little geisha roll. The top. Okay. And finish with a little.
Oh.
Okay. See? That's
Oh.
my sushi roll.
So this is
Okay?
for me?
You hold it.
Okay.
And your sauce.
Oh, right, my sauce.
You can use a little jar. Okay.
Okay.
And give a little bit of soy sauce. And if you want wasabi, how you like wasabi?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that.
So that's how you taste it.
Okay. So let me think.
Can you use the chopsticks?
I can try my best.
Oh,
that's
just
for
use
sure.
your finger. That's fine. Try it.
I don't want to drop it on TV. Oh my goodness.
Try it.
Okay, guys, here we go. Oh no, it's falling.
She will enjoy.
Yeah, I did. And it was delicious. So thank you, Susie.
Yeah.
Give me just a
I help
second.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm just gonna finish this bite. Okay. So thank you for coming, Susie. It was really great having you. I'm Shelby Hernandez, and you've been watching Cooking with Susie Q.
Thank you.
Here at the MediaPlex, we offer more than just journalism. People who like interacting with others might enjoy our public relations program.
Students in the public relations program here at St. Clair College have a unique opportunity. Not only do they come here to learn all of the skills they need to be public relations specialists, but they learn in a multi-medium MediaPlex. And it's so important to be in a facility like this, where they know that when they go out, they will be competitive in their field.
I decided to come to St. Clair College after university because I kind of feel like I needed a little bit more to kind of make myself marketable.
I am a hands-on learner. I'm a doer, so I learn best and I can retain information more when I'm actually out using the skills that I'm taught. An example of where this program does that well was our photography classes. So in class we were taught different elements of photography. We were taught the rule of thirds and leading lines and angle and perspective, and then we were actually sent out into downtown Windsor, into the streets, and we were told to capture photos containing those different elements and bring them back to class and present them. And that's something that you can't just learn in the classroom, you have to learn that by doing it. So we actually developed an eye for photography and for getting good shots, and I really don't think that that can be taught in a classroom.
Hands-on training means they'll be marketable, that they can hit the road running when they go into a company. And that's what's setting our public relations program apart. And it's also why employers are coming to St. Clair's public relations program looking for good employees.
Right now I'm interning in corporate communications at Caesars Windsor. It's a really good place for an internship for a PR student because there are so many things that the casino does.
After graduation, I was offered a part-time position at Caesars Windsor. So I am now an external communications specialist at Caesars Windsor.
We give them a skill set that I believe will make them the most marketable of any public relations program.
If you want to see what we do here at the MediaPlex, why don't you join us?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cut and cue.
Good afternoon. I'm Sean Prevel, and you're watching MediaPlex Live at 1.
If you want to work in the media, then you'll have to come to the St. Clair College Journalism Program, where we teach you to be a converged journalist, working in TV, radio, print, and digital. Call 519-972-2727. We want you.
We want you.
For students looking into post-secondary education, St. Clair College is hosting an open house across all campuses on Saturday, March 28th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Students interested in going to St. Clair College are welcome to attend with parents or friends. We hope to see you there. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Shelby Hernandez, and you've been watching MediaPlex News Now.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.